All right. What's going on, everybody? How are we up to 7? Ooh. Can we get it to 11? Because that's, one past whatever. Hey, everybody. You know who it is. It's me. It's me, your pal. Not your pal Al. Oh, man. Who do you have in the chats? Of course, I've already seen Charlie Welch. Charlie, are they going to turn you into a pincushion? Because I feel like you've been poked and prodded more than I have, and that's quite a bit. Chris Durham Music Channel is there. Old school, Zachariah Hooper. No, that is not me playing in this intro. Yeah. You've heard me play. You've heard some of my music, haven't you? If not, let me know and I'll see what I can do about fixing that. Arian Arhad says, at the plot hole, you've got the best pre-show. Love the music and graphics. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Beverly Proudfoot, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. Professor says, hey, guys. Hey. Old School says, gee, no one but me has hit the like button. Well, it happens. Dan Hetfield says, yes, it's a plot hole. So, yes, we are. We're doing very well. Thank you very much. Omni Oros Boros. I'm the organ collector. Sir Little Wolf in the house. Good to see you. Who am I missing? I know I'm missing somebody. Anthony Norris says, hello at the plot hole. Hello to you too as well. Frank Perry, good evening, good evening. All right, Pat Dallinger, and I think, Mila's mommy. There we are. Not a brat. I beg to differ. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I'm kidding. Of course, we've got Stream Labs and all them, blah, 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 blah. Ryan Anon says, hey, time for the plot blinder. I had a lot of fun. Hanging out with Creaky the other day. It was a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it, well, every now and again I might get on there and do it again. Who knows? So that's up to me. You can call me Betty if you call me Al. Anthony Norris says, came in on by referral by Schrodinger's cat. Well, I hope you enjoy. Don't cover quite this. I mean, I do a couple soft sits every now and again, but it's more of a variety what I cover. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Archangel 3, hello, good to see you. The Proudfoot, Thor Rasmussen, awesome. You guys are amazing. All right, but yeah, it was fun hanging out with Creaky Blinder the other day. Sunday it was. Yeah, he's a fun guy. And then somehow he just kept missing up his stream, and then he left, and I had to run Creaky's show for a minute or two. That was kind of funny. And then it was as if we got the internal monologue. That was an awesome show, says Dan Hetfield. I had fun. I really did. Creaky's fun. He's a really interesting person to talk to. He's a lot of fun. And, he and I are kindred spirits, especially when it comes to when it comes to the fart jokes and whatnot. He's actually in the documentary. I'm going to give you guys a brief update on that as well. I'm going to film some more stuff this Saturday. Hopefully I'll be done with Principal in the next 2-3 weeks. We'll see what happens. I still have an interview with Schrodinger's cat, and I'm still working on the interview with Simon Dan. I know he's really busy with all the marathons and all that stuff. So we'll see what happens. Noah's Ark Nancy, hello, good to see you. Tiny Eye says, I didn't get the notification, but you're here now, and that's all that really matters. You are here. So good to see you. All right, so let's talk about this here. This Bill Cosby situation. Let's just get right into it. Thaddeus Goss, good to see you. Let's get right into it. There are a lot of people that are very upset about this whole thing, and I can't say that I blame them. I don't think justice was served to the victims, and to anybody who says that Bill Cosby did not get off on a technicality, you're wrong. Got off on a technicality. That much is painfully obvious. Now, the prosecutor who ignored and opened up that technicality needs to be whipped. He should have known that was a big possibility when reading that that statement, those depositions, and the evidence that he had. There's no, my goodness. Bill Cosby is worth $400 million in a story. I'm afraid. Well, yeah. I mean, I had mixed feelings about this, right? So again, like I said, I don't know if you guys saw the Monday video, but this one was really tough. Even back when it came out 2 years ago, it was tough, because they've been talking about his ways for at least 40 years. These were things that people had knew were going on. They kind of knew that he was not the person that he presented himself to be on the Cosby Show. I wonder if we should make a coffee drink called the Cosby. I don't know if anybody would ever order it. Maybe what we should do. Hey, Tina Jones. What we should do is make one called the Cosby, and it's one of those, hey, I think somebody's trying to rape me drinks. You know what I mean? Right? So when a woman comes up and orders a Cosby, the bartender knows to, call alert the authorities, or help her out, keep an eye on her. That's a good one. But yeah, so this whole situation with Cosby, he's been credibly accused by 60 women. Yeah. And here's a funny thing, not the funny thing, but here's a shitty thing about that whole business. When he gave his evidence, when he gave his testimony in the Constand civil suit, he admitted to drugging women. He admitted to it, right? I don't know if you guys saw the Judge Joe Brown clip that's been making the rounds. I saw that earlier today, and I could not be more disgusted. I mean, I could, but this, my goodness, Judge Joe Brown. I've always known he was kind of that's what made him popular, right, on the show. He was one for taking responsibility for your own actions and self-accountability and all that stuff. But to sit there and say that what Bill Cosby did wasn't sexual assault because back then, blah blah blah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if back then I used to be able to have a duel with pistols and not go to prison for it, so long as I got out of town quick enough. Back then, I used to be able to own black people. Just because you used to be able to do something back then didn't mean it was right. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't be held accountable. Frank Perry says it's hard to say. Yes, he got off on a technicality, but the prosecutor screwed up, and sometimes a guilty man will go free to keep an innocent man from being railroaded. But Bill Cosby is guilty as sin. That's where my biggest problem, that's where the biggest hang up I have with this whole situation is that, was it right? Was the decision right for the wrong reasons, or was it wrong for the right reasons? That's because exactly what you're talking about, Frank. If having that precedent if they let that precedent go where all of a sudden what should have been protected testimony is all of a sudden now allowed to be used, even though it was promised that it was protected. Michael McClure says years ago, Judge Joe Brown was doing TV commercials for a law firm of ambulance chasers in the Midwest. Knew he was a charlatan then. I mean, he's got a particular audience that he appeals to, and I get it, and that's fine. I've got a particular audience I appeal to, but to sit there and say that it's all these women fault for getting drunk and then are getting drunk and then taking the pills, that's not okay. You know what I mean? There's just because back then consent wasn't as I won't say clearly defined as it is now, but just because it wasn't, the definition hadn't evolved to where it is now. Just because back then, consent was, if she said yes at some point in the last 35 years that I've known the person, she said yes 35 years ago, so that's consent. Just because we have figured out that no, sometimes women can say yes and then say no. And then when we say, look, when you get somebody so inebriated, so intoxicated that they're passed out, They can no longer consent to sexual activity or sexual intercourse or any kind of touching, any of that stuff. You know what I mean? I get it. Like Natalie Lorchick said, Miranda is protected because of a creep. What did I miss? I like Natalie Lorchick. She's very, very brilliant. Anthony Norris says, what is the likelihood that Cosby could be charged in another state by another woman where the statute of limitations were broadened, like in the Nassar case or Sandusky Catholic Church? I don't know. I think that's really important to think about. I know that he can't be tried again in Philadelphia. I'm not sure if he can be tried again anywhere else because of double jeopardy. I don't know. That's a good one. That's one that, again, if I would like to have a lawyer on here to, Natalie the lawyer chick or Nate the lawyer, somebody come on and let me know that, some of the legal stuff on there. Because, I mean, as much as I hate to disappoint all of you guys, I'm not brilliant. I'm not, versed in all the things that I should be versed in. Putting Pops back on shelves soon. Look. One of the most difficult things about seeing Bill Cosby the way that other people have seen him, it's erasing that, or it's the persona that he is taking over, or the one that is being replaced, like his actual, who he is, replacing that public persona that he has for a lot of people, not just me, but a lot of people that grew up watching the Cosby Show, and like I said, I mean. Miranda was the name of the. Oh yeah, Miranda Rights. See, that's what happens when you don't sleep and you work too much. You forget little things, little tiny things. But yeah, exactly. So old school. I understand. I totally get that. That idea that just because somebody was a creep and got off on with this or the other, that has helped protect literally millions of people. Hundreds of millions of people have been protected by Miranda rights, and that's important. There's one thing I want to reiterate, just because we're on the subject: don't talk to the cops. Period. Ever. You don't have to be a dick about it, like these sovereign citizens and whatnot. You can simply say, "I refuse to answer questions," and then stop talking. Some places, you have to say, I'm invoking my Fifth Amendment right, my Miranda rights, not speak to you, and blah, 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 or my right to an attorney, all this stuff. Was that a dingleberry, Johnny? Oh, maybe. It may have been. Tiny Ice says, can I ask why? Can you ask why what? Remind me, maybe. I'm not following my own conversation, apparently. That's terrible. I didn't think double jeopardy came into effect if there was a new evidence. Surely the fact that he admitted what he did would help. Yeah, I think I don't remember reading. I do remember reading the articles that were talking about the reason why he can't be tried again. And it was because of double jeopardy. But I think even if new evidence emerges, I think he's in the free and clear, at least when it comes to the cases that were tried and then later overturned. I don't think that he can be retried for those, even if new evidence comes to light. I'm not for certain on that because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a legal expert. So don't talk to cops, Tiny I. The reason why you don't talk to cops because police officers have one job and one job only: to find somebody who they can make guilty of whatever crime it is they think they're committing. Right. Now, again, it's not to say that you should, be combative or whatever. If you get picked up it doesn't matter if you I don't care if you were out of country when the crime they picked you up for happened. Do not speak to the police because they are not there to help you. They are there to put you in prison, period. They're there to gather evidence against you. If they've gone so far as to arrest you, detain you, and take you down to precinct for holding and questioning, they're ready to put you as a suspect of whatever crime they think you committed. It's never a good idea to speak to a police officer because anything you can and say will be used against you in a court of law. Therefore, everything needs to go through your attorney. Everything. It's self-protection, right? It's not an admission of guilt. It's not saying, well, because you have something to hide, that means you're not talking. No, it's you protecting yourself because they don't care. Majority. it's a situation. It's a very delicate situation. You might say something that you think is completely innocuous, and it might be completely innocuous. Like, oh, this and the other, but they'll put those pieces together some roundabout way, and all of a sudden you're guilty of something that you didn't do. The problem with being silent, it makes the cop think you are hiding. Yeah, that's fine. The cops can think whatever they want. I don't care. Cops think whatever you want about me. Obviously, I'm already not in a good light with the police if I'm sitting in a room being interrogated, right? Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So here's the thing. If you get pulled over for a traffic violation, and that whole, did you know why? You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything. Nothing at all. Now, I mean, most time if you say, "Oh, hey, yeah, whatever," I don't know. You know what I mean? Conversation. I don't know. Traffic stops again. I don't really say much of anything. Do you know how fast you were going? Yes, I do. How fast were you going? How fast do you think I was going? I mean, don't be combative. Don't be a dick about it. But it's important to, just because, I mean, there's nothing you say, there's nothing you're going to say is going to get you out of a ticket if a police officer wants to give you a ticket. I was traveling to see my mother's, driving to my mother's place years ago, and my son was, 3-4 years old, and we were speeding just a little bit. Police officer, state trooper pulled us over. And because my wife's stepfather was a police officer, my son said, "Oh, hey, my Papa D is a police officer." And that got us out of a ticket, I'm sure, which is pretty cool. But, if they want to give you a ticket, they're going to give you a ticket. If you're a dick, you're going to get a ticket. But if you're respectful, whatever. Look, here's the thing. I understand why sovereign citizens and First Amendment auditors do what they do. I understand it. I mean, outside of the context of they need, content for their YouTube channels, I understand the principles that they're fighting for. But in the moment, that's not the time that you're going to fight and win that argument. Okay. You're going to get the ticket. You're going to get the citation. Take it. And then if you feel that you can win that in court, you can have your day in court. But anyway, let's get back to this here. Let's see. Old School says, fruit of the poison tree has to be charged with a new crime from a different person. Right. Exactly. Exactly. He can't be charged for the same crime with the same people because of that business. Well, if he's worth $400 million, let's hope that these women do like the Goldman family did to OJ and take it all from him. Here's a problem with that statute of limitations. I believe even on a civil case, I think Constant was the only one who settled out of court. She got a pretty good chunk of change. I wasn't traveling; I was driving. Okay. See, now that's a good one. Although if you catch the wrong cop at the wrong time, that might not work out so well. Tiny Eye says, I got pulled over for speeding once, just bought donuts, and he came up and said, "You know why I pulled you over?" I said, "Yes, you want a donut." That's a good one. What? The plot hole nuked my comment because I said hump? God, my goodness. My goodness. YouTube. By the way, JL Warren is 9 away from that 1,000 mark. So if you haven't done so, go check out JL Warren's channel. It's a lot of fun. Let's see here. One of my sons always drove my car like a bat out of hell. He had long hair and they thought they had him. It was me. The look on their face when they ran my license and came back all sad. Yeah. Look, back to the Cosby thing. It's a shitty thing, especially for the victims, because they're going to have to, this is something they have to live with now. Being the fact that they thought they had the justice they deserved. They put him away for 2 years. He was supposed to die in prison, but because of a technicality, he gets out. I don't think he'll be doing this anymore because, he's old and blind now. So I don't think he can find the drugs to give to the women. But it's just the whole thing is a shitty situation. And then the Felicia Rashad thing, where she's getting some backlash because she came out in support of Bill Cosby. I don't know. That whole situation. The thing that really got me today was Judge Joe Brown talking about, well, you mean to tell me that if a guy gets drunk and then he drives off and causes a wreck, now it's not his fault, it's the bartender for overserving him. Well, here's the thing, Judge Joe Brown. As a licensed bartender, I can tell you that yes, if I overserve somebody and they go out and get into a wreck and kill somebody, I can be held criminally liable for that. Yes, it is my responsibility as an alcohol person who sells and serves alcohol to not overserve people. It's my responsibility. I have that responsibility. People who are drinking don't have what they call the best judgment. They think, oh, I can continue to drink, or I can do this, or I can do that. So, yeah. Sir Little Wolf says, wait, why is he being let out? I say it out of the loop. So Cosby was released because the prosecutors that convicted him during the 2018 trial used testimony that Cosby gave in his civil suit, the 2014 constant civil suit against him, that was supposed to have been protected from. It was supposed to be protected. It was supposed to be sealed and not usable in any criminal cases. That was a deal that he made with the prosecution. Now, if I were Cosby, I would have said, no, I'm not making any deals. I'm not saying shit. I'm not admitting to anything. I'm going to pay this lady out anyway, regardless of what I do or don't do, or what I say and what I don't say. So I tell you what, how about this? How about I just write you the check? You guys will settle out of court, but I'm not giving any testimony. So that was pretty stupid. Pretty stupid thing. Omni Oros Borro says, in Texas, you're criminally liable, not necessarily in other states. That's true. Not necessarily in other states, but I think there are a lot of states that you do have, there are repercussions for overserving and those people getting into accidents. Because I also have a responsibility to make sure they don't get into a car if they've been overserved. I call them a cab, which here in the state of Texas is insane. I'm not calling like I pay for an Uber or somebody. I mean, I guess I guess I would if put in the right situation, but Omni Euro says I was TBC trained twice. Yeah, I keep mine out. Tawny Eyes says the bartender doesn't cut you off and you cause an accident, it's the bar's fault in Wisconsin. Yeah, there's a lot of places that are getting that way now. So TABC, oh hey Elizabeth, good to see you. Going very well. The Texas Alcoholic Board and Commission, TABC here in Texas used to be they used to help bars, right? Their job was to go out to help bars, make sure that people weren't coming in to drink and whatnot. Then they figured out they couldn't make any money that way because the people they were busting, they couldn't afford the tickets, or they just had them out in jail, which cost them cost to save more money. So what they did is Little Wolf says the shady. Okay, so yeah, because it's a technicality. Basically, what happened was that they came out and said this testimony that was used as the main piece of evidence to convict Cosby should not have been used. It was supposed to have been sealed. He had a deal. Here's a deal with the other prosecutor with the DA's office. Here, this is it. So boom. So they let him out. But yeah, what was I saying before that? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, TABC used to be for bars. Now they are against bars. Now they send people in as sting operations so they can catch you because they're going to make more money from a bar, right? So if my first offense, I lose my TABC license, I have to recertify, and I got to pay like a $5,000 fine, me out of my pocket, right? That's not necessarily what happens with the bar. Bar could be put on probation, could have their liquor license removed. They could so many different things. In Chicago, hard liquor is for sale practically everywhere: groceries, Target, Walgreens, etc. Yeah, there's a lot of places. They serve to-go drinks in Arizona now. Yeah. Really? Thank you, Irish Demon. This is for your Pen 15 enlargement. Here's to 4 inches. Well, that would be triple what I have now. Thank you very much, Irish, for $5.99 Aussie. Let's see here. The plot hole, he had no choice. He was granted immunity, so he was forced to testify by the judge. Yeah, again, I would have told him, kiss my ass. I'm paying this lady. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. I would put me in jail. You're already going to try and put me in jail. I'm paying the lady out, so I'm not saying shit. To-go drinks are, yeah. I always found that funny. Don't drink and drive. Yet here, I mean, in DFW where I'm at, we used to have beer barns. I'm sure beer barns were a lot of other places, but these specific beer barns had drive-throughs. The drive-through liquor store. There was also another place that did what are they called? Snow cones or shaved ice. Can't say snow cones because it's proprietary, but they did shaved ice and it was the whiskey ones and tequila ones and all that. They would make it, put a thing, and they put a little baggie or something over the top, like you weren't gonna fucking rip that shit open. And Taco Bell cantinas have alcoholic slushies here. See, and I'm okay. Here's the thing. Look, I'm not anti-drinking. If you want to drink, drink. Be responsible about it. It's all I care about. But the point of us getting off on this tangent about drinking was the fact that Judge Joe Brown wants to sit there and say that, well, it's, personal responsibility. These women shouldn't have been drinking and they shouldn't have taken the Quaaludes. And let's assume for a minute that all that is correct. Let's assume for just a minute that they shouldn't have done this. They shouldn't have been drinking and they shouldn't have taken the Quaaludes, right? Okay, we'll all agree. I'll agree with you, Judge Joe Brown. At what point does it become the assaulter's problem? At what point do we look at what Bill Cosby did, or the person who overserved, the person who supplied the drugs? At what point do we look at them and say, hey, look, this is not okay? Do they have to be all the way passed out, or can they be just unresponsive, still kind of moving around, but really unable to say no, they don't want to? That's the most ridiculous argument I've ever heard, especially coming out of a former judge's mouth and a lawyer's mouth. And look, you can be all about whatever, all about personal responsibility and making sure you shouldn't be taking the drugs and you shouldn't be doing the drinks and blah 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 blah. That's right, cool, right? You know what? I agree with you. Don't do drugs if it's not for you. If you don't think you can handle it, if it's not something you feel safe doing, don't do drugs. On the flip side, don't rape motherfuckers. Why can't we say that? Why are we still so hung up on putting the onus of being sexually assaulted on the person who was sexually assaulted? Where's the logic in that? Can anybody give me the logic? Anybody? Elizabeth Sylvester says, at the plot hole, I got 2 more Western hognose snakes. Wow. Those are the ones that play dead, right? The hognose that play dead. Those are fun. Those 6 are funny. Here, there's drive-through liquor in Arizona. My husband goes and buys his cigarettes there. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with drive-through liquor stores. I just think it's kind of funny. They're saying, don't drink and drive. Here's your beer. It's kind of funny. Yeah, Tatty Bogle is real simple. That's real simple. Yeah, old school, where the responsibilities of the rapist. One of my colleagues was convicted of date rape of a former student because she passed out and woke up with him. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's not cool. You shouldn't do that. If somebody is passed out, if you want to do anything to them, how about you keep them safe from act? Cover them up with, take them to the hospital if you think they need help. Sit them up so if they throw up, they don't choke to death. Something that's the kind of thing that you should be doing to people who pass out. You don't need to be, playing hide the cucumber. It's just, my goodness, it's 2021 and we're still having to have this conversation. Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, look, I understand that it was the 80s and 70s and late 70s, early. A lot of drugs and whatnot were going around and blah, blah, blah. I get it. And it's recreational drugs. But here's the thing. We have recreational drugs today, and it's still not okay. It's not okay by today's standards. Yeah. That was real simple. Keep your mitts off the lady. It's real simple. That's actually pretty funny. Sir Ludolf says, I used to joke that Budweiser race car was an advert for drinking and driving really fast. Yeah, that's a funny one. The same thing here. So you can do, like, Uber will bring you beer and liquor from the liquor store, beer store, and whatnot. You can Uber your alcohol, which, I mean, hey, there you go. That's pretty responsible. But for some unknown reason, it's some weird law that they can't deliver cigarettes. I don't get it. It's a weird one to me. I've never understood that one. Yeah, here's your beer, but nope, can't do cigarettes because I don't know. Yeah, Sir Little, if you have to run, all right, buddy. Good to see you. Have a good one, sir. Dude has 400 million. He could not find someone who would do it willingly. To me, that is sick. That is sick. And here. So rape isn't about the act. It's about the power, right? It's a power move. It's about control and what. It's just, I don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I understand being young and not necessarily, having the wherewithal to know when to stop, but that doesn't absolve you from liability for what you do. That's another thing that we need to do as a society is start teaching our young men some self-control. And I'm sorry that we're focusing on the male aspect part of it, but yes, men do get raped, but at a minute fraction of frequency that women report a sexual assault. I forget what the numbers are, but the number of unreported assaults by women are, you know what I mean? It's astronomical. It's crazy. It's insane. And I think that this is part of the reason why, right? So here we are. We have all these women. We have a man who says, yeah, I did what they said. I gave them drugs and I gave them drugs to have sex with them. And here he is, free on a technicality. Sean Michael Beasley, good to see you, says, agreed. Men need to be taught chivalry. Well, it's not necessarily we need to be taught chivalry. We just need to be taught, hey, don't do stupid shit. Don't learn how to control yourself. If you don't have permission, then don't do it. Don't do it. Anything. It doesn't matter what the permission is, right? You don't have permission to go pet that dog. Don't go pet that dog. You don't have permission to have sex with that woman. Don't do it. It's just Bar stools and power tools says, we all know no means yes. Well, unfortunately, no does not mean yes. No means no. Yeah, Asher was 1776 says, I thought sex was supposed to be fun. Having the other party not to be willing and aware of having fun doesn't sound like fun. It's not. It's not fun at all. It's absolutely not. Yeah, the stupid shit was obvious, but I mean, it's, this stuff really infuriates me because every man let me take this back. Every person, everybody, especially in the States, but everybody in this chat, everybody, I guarantee you, at least 20 women who have been sexually assaulted or raped. I guarantee it. You may not know them. They've been like on a super personal level, but I guarantee you, women who have been sexually assaulted or raped. That's just, I don't know. Not only that, but the police wouldn't ask the male victim what he was wearing. Also, may I post an amazingly clever video about consent? Yeah, absolutely. Of course. Post that video. Yeah. That's that. Yeah. Yes, we all do. And, and we're talking about that they don't report it. And some of the ones who do report it get ignored or they get shamed. I understand, I understand why rape kits are performed. Specifically from an evidence obtaining perspective, but that has got to be one of the most humiliating things for a woman to have to do. I mean, the violation doesn't end when the rape stops. And it's just, and so Omni, yeah, that's another part that's another part that is part of the reason why, and it's perpetuated, that there are some people do, you make false rape allegations. And that's a shitty thing to do. It's a horrible thing to do. But we shouldn't let that deter people, and we shouldn't let that justify the shaming. There are ways you can get the information you need from a victim or potential somebody who's lying about it. There are ways to get the information without saying, well, what did you do to deserve it? Or what were you wearing? Or this, that, and the other. Hey, give me the scenario. What happened? Set the scene up for me. Let me know, because I need to know exactly what happened from your perspective. That way I can, there are ways to get this information without making the woman feel like she did something wrong, or without making the victim feel like they did something wrong. Irish Demon says, I'm kind of lurking and working and just popped in. I worked in the criminal justice system. The majority of our female inmates had been sexually assaulted and raped, most on multiple occasions. A lot of these women were forced into it for money or drugs or as punishment for their partner's misgivings. I've seen a lot of false allegations fail in court. I've seen others go away for it. It's, let's see here. Hang on a second. Hang on one second, Dan. Let me, yeah, let me do this. Go ahead. There you go, Dan. There you are. The vast majority of hundreds of rape, sexual assault, and child sex abuse cases I sat through were legitimate. Sean Michael Weezer says, I'd gamble and say 80% get shamed or ignored, depending on where you live and how your community sees you. Yeah. Professor says, but hold on, this isn't just one-sided. My friend got accused because she got too drunk and embarrassed about her behavior. To be clear, nothing happened except her hands wandering and him saying no. No, like I said, no, absolutely. I think that people, it's tough. It's tough. You know what I mean? It's tough because that whole business about the drinking and whatnot, and where consent stops when it comes to, sorry, see, I got to fix everything. I'm such a doofus here with my equipment. If it's not set a certain way, then it gets all weird. I get all weird about it. But no, it's incredibly difficult. It's incredibly difficult. Absolutely. So many different ways that this goes down. It's tough. George Carlin, hey, she was asking for it. She was wearing a tight bathrobe. It's scary. Charlie Welch says, it's scary to think that we all probably know a guy that's done something like that to a woman. Truly hard to fathom. Yeah, I mean, there's some really tricky situations here. I mean, what do we think the responsibility? Let's say they're both drunk. Let's say both parties are inebriated. Right? Is there a sexual assault that happens there? if they are both equally as inebriated. I mean, that's where we kind of get into that whole scary side of the conversation. Let's see here. Anyway, sorry. Some effed up stuff happened to me as a kid sexually. Only helps me to understand what bad truly is. Yeah. Yeah. I used to know a 16-year-old who had sex with his 15-year-old girlfriend. Legal age year 16. He now has a rape conviction for life. If a 16-year-old girl had consensual sex with a 15-year-old. Yeah, that's another one that's really weird, right? So the age of consent in the state of Texas is 17 years old, as long as the older party is not of legal drinking age, right? So if you're 20 years old, 17 is legal age consent. If you're 21, now it's 18. You got to be the full adult here in the state of Texas. It's weird. It's a weird rule. Irish Demon says, you know what, Demon, I'm not sure if you want to read this out loud, but everybody can see kind of what's going on there. Yeah, so I will tell you this, Irish. Hello, Little Dickens. I will tell you this, Rob Parks. My policy is to what is this? My policy is to not get drunk with a woman unless we are in an established relationship. This, yeah, absolutely. All right, Demon says, I was sexually assaulted twice as a child by two different people. I'm going to be confronting them when I'm home peacefully. I know you know, Johnny, working as a male in bars, etc., often ends up in, yes, it does. I was touched regularly as a bouncer, but never felt scared, etc. As I was a big man in a position of perceived authority, but it doesn't make it any. Yeah. So this is what I will tell you about this. I've had this. I've told this story before. I'm the kilted bartender. So I bartend weddings, parties, whatever, in a kilt. I haven't done it in a while because pandemics, and I was supposed to do one of my co-workers' weddings, but there was a weird thing. Anyway, doesn't matter. I go out kilt, full kilt, right? Full regular kilt. I don't do the. I haven't found like the full thing. I've always wanted to do like the tuxedo kilt look thing when I do kilted bartending, especially for weddings because it's just classier. Looks nicer. But being that I'm in the state of Texas and you don't see a whole lot of people in kilts, I can count on one hand how many people I've seen in a kilt out, other than myself. One of them was working an event with me as my backup. Another was or is a guy who regularly goes out in his kilt. Full Highland dress. Yeah, Taddy, absolutely. I would love to do it. I would love to do the whole thing, but usually, I mean, I would have just a kilt, black shirts, whatever, and the sashes and whatnot. Try to be as nice about the kilt. Doesn't really matter. I can tell you this. Women think that it's okay that just because I'm wearing a kilt and I'm serving them alcohol, that it's cool to come and lift my kilt to see what I've got, quote, under there. Now, at the plot hole, get a great kilt. I've got a couple good ones. Now, here's the thing. It's really awkward. You always get and I don't think it's right, but I expect it. I always get the people coming up and saying, "Oh, we killed," they're making the comments and whatnot, and then you get the dirty old women or the dirty young women talking about, "Hey, what you got on? They show me what's up to kill this, that, and the other." And I tell them, "No, that costs money, whatever." Right? Making the jokes about it, but when they actually reach over and start tugging on the kilt, thinking, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" If I were to do that to you, there are probably 10 to 15 dudes in this bar right now that would beat the shit out of me. But because I'm a dude wearing a kilt and you're a lady, you think it's cool to be able to, you can, fuck out of here with that. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's not cool. Yeah. So my stock answer to, are you a true Scotsman? Most people I think most everybody understands what that means, but true Scotsmans, they don't wear undergarments. That's what we'll say. Give me your hand and I'll show you. The problem with that is I tried something similar. Yes, right. Yes, I do need to get a full on regular. I would love to do it, get a great kill. Would love to do that. I'm trying to working with a couple different people. I've talked to Irish Demon about it, but I'm trying to get what the clan's tartan of my mother's father's, we're either the Adams or the McAdams, and if there's another one I can't remember, but I'd have to check it out. A Mexican in a kilt, I'd pay to see that. I do it all the time. Matter of fact, the opening to the plot hole videos with the news videos, there's a picture of me playing guitar in a kilt. I can't go commando in a kilt because I don't want to drag my helmet along the road. Yeah, it definitely chafes. Go full Braveheart on them, Don't think I haven't thought about it. But yeah, it's not cool. Yeah. Really? I would love to see that. That would be awesome. So I've looked into getting these. I looked at getting the tartan different. There's Jesus Christ. These things are super expensive. Super expensive. Well, Frank Perry says, I'm a religious person. I believe in God, and growing up in the Catholic Church, I knew personally several priests and men who assaulted you. Men I also knew. Makes me sick to this day. Yeah, that's that. Oh man, I remember when the Spotlight article came out from the Boston Globe, and how that blew up. And there's a lot of people like, yeah, we've been fucking telling you this shit for the longest time. Okay, so here's the thing. I see a lot of people putting their stories in the side chat, and I greatly appreciate it. I think I want this to be an awesome place for everybody to kind of express themselves. If you don't want me reading it out, just say don't read this. Or if you know what, instead, if you're okay with me reading it out, say, hey, I'm okay with you reading it or something, like okay to go or something. Let me know. That's cool. It's a little bit different putting the side chat and then hearing it back. So I get it. Let me know. Clan McGregor here and a Flynn on the Irish side. All right, so here's the funny thing about what I have found out about my family tree so far. My grandfather is Irish, but he's Irish via, I think, either a generation before or 2 generations before. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember the thing here. It was either two or 3 generations before it was they were Irish via, they came over from Scotland, migrated from Scotland. Thor says, okay to read mine. All righty. Where did it go? Thor says, as a child, I was sexually assaulted by one of my dad's drinking buddies. He still got a big hole in his though he bit it when I kicked him in his face. Well, look, I can't say anything against people's reactions to that types of stuff because, I was fortunate enough to never have that happen. I was told I got close once. Apparently, there was a believe it or not, there's a preacher of my father's second wife's church. Well, I don't know, it was her church. I don't know how we knew about this church. Excuse me. My stepbrother went there. I don't know. Anyway, somehow we knew of this church, but this preacher was, he ended up molesting a couple of kids that were in that church. I was told that he was trying to groom people. He always come over and bring donuts to the house and whatnot and all this shit. And, I never really had much time for that, but One of my abusers is horribly disfigured with polio. I feel bad for him, but I need to confront and speak to him. Yeah, for yourself. Absolutely. Irish Mexicans are a thing. I am an Irish Irish Mexican. Irish Irish and German on my mother's side. Maybe, well, I think the German is, can't remember, is Polish in there or not. My grandmother is German. My grandfather is Irish from my mother's side, and then Mexican on my father's side. Yeah. People sharing your stories, I think, is very important. Know that you're never going to get judged here. If I see anybody judging, I'll whatever. It's important for, like Irish is talking about, confronting his abusers. That's extremely important. You're not going to get them, even if they, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they say. They don't have to say shit. Yeah. But anyway, let's shift out of this conversation a little bit. Unless you guys want to continue, that's fine with me. I don't like to be too much of a downer on Tuesdays. Like I said, I wanted to bring the fun back into it. I just wanted to chat about that Cosby situation because I particularly find it troubling. My other abuser was the principal of my school and also a horrible, evil man. Jesus. My father always called himself an Irish Mexican. Well, that's cool. That is pretty cool. I mean, look, there are a lot of us here, especially in States. My abuser died in perfect health at 35, literally a week after my mom died. It made me religious for like an hour. It was weird. If people are writing in the comments, I hope they gain catharsis. Absolutely. I really think that at least talking about it, especially with somebody who's going to listen to you, or Rock Barks. Fun with the title. Let's talk Cosby. I think you might need to look at. Yeah, I know. I need to look at the definition of fun. I said I'm trying to bring back the fun, and I know I quite qualified my statements, Sir Rob Parks. Yeah. Yeah. That whole thing, like I said, and then it really, when I saw that Judge Joe Brown clip, that really just tipped it for me. I was like, no, fuck that guy. My grandfather's story is great, and I was proud when I found out. Let's see here. Oh, I just got a picture of good old Sean. How old were you in this picture? Like 15, 16 years old? Youngster in this one. D Rabbit says, so are those old school AKG headphones or a newer model? How good they sound? Like I remember, or no, these are a little bit newer. They actually sound really well. They're not, well, I say newer. I think I bought them like 5 years ago. Sound pretty good. I've just completely, my goodness, work too much. So yeah, that I've had these about 5 years now, 5-6 years. Sound really well. I like the fact that this side here, the cord is replaceable, so if I need to, I can check that one out. Taddy says 3:30 a.m. working here in 5 hours, and I can't sleep. Glad I could catch this live. Just then I'd be telling my boss. I will not tell your boss. Your secret is safe with me. I was holding my new Super Conda hognose to tame him. Whoa, damn it. Tame him down as I got him from a pet store that got him from a breeder, so no handling involved, only food. So all he had was a food response. How's that going? Does he play dead a lot still? We have all. That's not what I was laughing at. The comment about it's not what I was. This is the comment I was laughing at. What is dinner? It's proper Scottish. We have all dealt with some effed up stuff in our lives, and it's up to us how we choose to let it affect us. My heart goes out to all of you. Have had things happen, and your bravery is inspirational. Yeah, so these types of things they're life changing. For me, my life changing moment, one of them happened when my parents got divorced when I was younger. And of course, when the bad stuff happens to you, and I'm not saying that this is for me only, right? This is not for the people who've had real bad stuff, obviously. But when the bad stuff that happens to you is, my parents got divorced when I was young, which is not a good thing, mind you. But in the grand scheme of things, going back and looking at it, I wasn't molested by, I wasn't, there wasn't, on a scale, the grand scale of bad shit that happens is definitely one of the lesser of, excuse me, one of the lesser of evils that could have, that a kid can go through. But it changed me. It changed me a lot. I was just, I was 8 years old when my parents decided they no longer wanted to be together. And, my father, he's the one who left. He didn't let, he was usurped from the house. Little Dickens, new member to the crew, to the Plot Hole crew. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. You've got emojis now. They're a lot of fun. Anyway, so I was this really outspoken, happy-go-lucky kid, and then that happened, and I got dark for a long time. And then, of course, we moved around a lot after my parents split, which was equally as traumatic for me. Again, I understand that grand scheme of things, this is definitely on a smaller scale, but it was difficult. I got dark and didn't make friends. I kind of closed off to a lot of people and wasn't as outgoing as I used to be, and bottled up a lot of anger and started drinking at a really, really young age. Those types of things were, it was those events are difficult, especially the younger they happen to you, the more difficult they are to maneuver. And it takes many years to kind of, introspectively look at those things and think about, well, bad shit happened. What can I do to heal from it? What can I do to help? Kind of, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Where can I take responsibility in my health? Not necessarily with what happened, because there's nothing I did. There's nothing any one of the victims who are in the side chat right now did that was wrong. There's no, what was your point? What was your point of, no, there's no responsibility. None of us have responsibility in those types of things that happen to us. But what can I do going forward? What can I do to help, settle this, resolve this, deal with this, not let this stuff destroy me? And that's the worst part about being a victim of a crime like this, is that's what these people don't realize. And if they do, they just don't care. But this type of stuff, sexual assault, molestation, all this, it is an event that may have only happened one time, but it can completely destroy a person. And when we sit there and say technicality, we're letting this guy out, again, it's, wrong for the right reasons or right for the wrong reasons. I don't know. I really don't. Are you implying that I'm old? The plot? No, I'm flat out saying it. You're old. Okay, Sean, you're old. You're older than I am, which means you're fucking old. Now bring your old ass down here so we can record your tunes and get those out for the world, because those are fun. Those are enjoyable, and I think people need to hear them. So there we are. Let's see here. All right, so let's shift gears here a little bit. Now, I just now mentioned Sean Beasley's songs, and then I talked about, or somebody asked me earlier if that was me playing guitar in the intro. It's not me playing guitar in the intro. It'd be kind of cool. I should have just used one of my tunes, but I was being not lazy, but lazy. Which one? Did I miss one, Elizabeth? I missed one. Did I miss? Where'd it go? Here we go. The plot hole. Luckily, he doesn't play dead. He just hits and strikes in any movement, even though at Clothespin. He settled and gotten used to me since Friday. He's chill when you just sit down. Yeah, I hear that they can be a little cantankerous. Frank Perry says, I lost my mother at 12 years old. I saw my brother hit by a car when I was 16 and he was 7. And I choose to share my story as if my pain helps one person to get to me, it was worth it. You know, that's exactly right. $65 with a 13-year-old. Yeah, you got me beat. Yeah. Trust me, I'm okay with people being older than I am. I don't mind because the area that I work at, I work with a bunch of kids. They're all like kids, like kids. Not, like they're in their early 20s. I just, age is just a number that gets bigger. That's if you're lucky, it gets bigger. Tell us where you are on the documentary. All right. So I actually, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if I have it. Let me see. Hang on a second. Let me check. It might not be here. No, it's not on this one here. Damn it. Let's look here. And where is it? YouTube. See, I have a 7th draft. I've added a few things to it, kind of changed up part of it. But it's nowhere near being finished. I still have so much work to do. So much work. I've got, let's see here. What do I got coming up? I've got of course, Irish. That's what brothers do, man. Like I said, that's what brothers do. Let me think here. So I've got filming this weekend. I need to get some. If anybody out there is, they have a drone and they're really good with their drone. They want to get me some good footage. I need some. I could use some drone footage. Anybody, let me know. I'm still working on getting some. I got a lot of pickup shots I got to do. I'm still putting together. Like I have these long interviews, right? I say long, 30 minutes to an hour with each, and there's 7 of them, 8, 9, hopefully 9 by 10 when it's all said and done. It's all beside the point. So I'm going through there. Absolutely. Constance will love to see the pictures of your snakes. She loves snakes. She loves them. I like snakes too. I think they're cool. But so yeah, if anybody who's got some cool drone footage, I need some. I'm working on pulling all the pieces of each interview that coincide with the other ones. Talking about certain things. There's definitely there's an agenda of the documentary. I mean, drop a camera from a tower. You know what? It'd be kind of cool. Just have a stabilizer with a little. No, let's not do that. Old school says I'm ancient and have a 14-year-old cat. There you go. All right, let's see here. I know that a lot of you guys have seen. That's really a good idea. I like that idea. I need to once I start building a little bit more of a rapport with some of these other guys. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can say, "Hey, MC Tune, what you working on?" Or I think I should. Yeah, that's a good idea, D Rabbits. Since a bunch of debunkers, how about you ask them what they got working on for the next week and the news with us coming next week? That's actually a really good idea. Thank you for that. Let's see here. I'm going to share this video file. Now, this will be the last one that I can share with you guys because, Eugene is like, "Oh, we're going to submit this to film festivals." A lot of this is changing, mind you. In the new wave of the information age, more people look to alternatives to traditional media. You've seen a lot of this already, so we're going to skip to the newer parts. It's my beautiful wife. Interviews of people without channels like me. Charlie Welch, there might be something to that. I've got a few that don't have channels that I've got coming up. Hey, Anna, good to see you. Let's see here. Yeah. There's that goofy looking dude, beautiful wife. Where is it? All right, so this is the newest piece here that I'm still working on. This is really rough. Ability to grow. So there you go. Let me know if you guys hear it okay. You have a lot of people that have noticed some negative effects on YouTube from different things, like the 2016 election, how it has affected how YouTube or social media in general purports information, how they're more likely to, I don't necessarily, well, we'll say just suppress, for lack of a better word, but suppress what they would consider fake news or false information. But do you think that it's more so than what you were talking about, more so of an economic reason, that there's just not enough money being spent right now worldwide, and maybe that's the reason why we're seeing the less money from
I'd like to think so, yeah, but I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that they just want to not be associated with, like you say, the fake news and the conspiracy theories and that kind of thing. But the other side of that is a computer code, an algorithm capable of differentiating between genuinely fake news and somebody like me who makes fun of fake news? I don't think it is. I think the system is far from perfect.
We just got pushed into the same pile. They didn't discern a difference between a debunker and that's why, that's why Team Skeptic can't post a video where he's talking for 45 minutes, literally calling anti-maskers effing idiots.
Yeah, no, I reached out to a person, or a pseudo person. I don't even know that they're actually real people there.
I did see the video. It was not promoting anything that they claimed it was.
But they said, yeah, we'll look into it. We'll look into it because it was regarding the exam, or the reason they gave me via email, and I've already deleted the email, was that YouTube took it away because I'm pushing an anti-science rhetoric, that I'm going against the WHO's guidelines on regarding social distancing and wearing masks. I must make this disclaimer. This video is in 100% support of the WHO and CDC's guidelines regarding social distancing and wearing a mask during the COVID-19 pandemic. Don't be a Nathan Thompson. Practice social distancing and wearing a mask when you're in public.
No, they just say it goes against the terms of services. I don't think there was anything specific.
It's just when I talk to the person, they're like, we'll review it and we'll get back to you. And then when they come back to me, they're like, yep, sorry. Yeah, it does actually violate our guidelines. And I'm like, did you even watch the video?
So, yeah, that's what we got going on right now. Over there. Zombie time. All right, Sir Little Wolf, go enjoy your zombies. That's the progress we've made so far. Again, this is really rough. So, yeah, lots of fun things. Why are we talking about Taddy Bogle? Well, Taddy Bogle talking about Tusk's finger that's rotting off. Oh, okay. Speaking of zombies. Yeah. Thank you, Professor. I appreciate that. So there's a lot more that's going into it. That's right now I'm still roughing everything together when it comes to the storyline portion, and there's going to be more information that gets put in with some, different shots and different bits of relevant facts and whatnot. So I'm having a lot of fun with this one. I think I have decided on the next project, the next documentary they're going to be working on. Another member of the community reached out and gave me a story. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Paula did unrelated tests just to take my money. Her blood work shows clear signs that it was her liver, and they did GI tests and pancreas tests. Yeah, Elizabeth, man, that's real shitty. I've always had issues with I've had bad experience with veterinarian veterinarians. I had a really good relationship with one vet. I wish I had still lived in that area because he was really good. And I would trust him with whatever he said, but man, I hate hearing stuff like that, Elizabeth. It's not, yeah. Hey, Team Skeptic, speak of the devil and the devil will appear. I need to speak with you when you get a few minutes, by the way. Nothing, you're not in trouble. I might be in trouble. Anyway, Elizabeth, sorry to hear about that. That's just real shitty stuff. You got snakes now, though. I mean, they're kind of cool too. Yeah. I'm real shit when it comes to people who deal with loss. I'm shit with that because I don't, I want to be able to say the right thing, and nobody really knows what the right thing is. So, all right, hang on 1 second, team. Let me get this. I'll send this to you on Discord. Let's see here. Boom. 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 There's that. Let me know when you'll pop up when you're ready. That's one thing I'm definitely not looking forward to. We have 2 service animals. One of them's for my son, the other one's for my daughter. Well, they're emotional support animals, so I'm not looking forward to that time when that happens. So I guess I can kind of understand. Like I said, I'm real shit at what to say other than say that, if you need to reach out and speak to somebody, let me know. A couple people on Sean Beasley, you can reach out to him via Discord. He's in a Discord room as well. Elizabeth, we do care, and that's, like I said, we do care. I understand. Like I said, sometimes I'm just real shit at what to say because I want to say the right thing, and I don't want to sound insensitive by any means. It sucks losing a companion. It really does. Nobody should, especially under those types of circumstances. So like I said, I don't like those. I don't like to hear those types of stories because I know how devastating they can be to people, and I just never know what to say or do to to help. I'll listen, absolutely, and sometimes me not knowing what to say, I just don't know what to say. So, you are always welcome to reach out to any one of us, I'm sure. Especially this guy here, this Bell guy. If you're talking, there he is. Bro. What's up?
I wasn't talking. I just have to make a fucking classy entrance, and there's no way to make a classy entrance by immediately speaking when given the floor. You have to give a pause.
That's true. Let's try this again. Wait, hang on a second. We're gonna do this again. Ready? And with us is the one and only Bellman himself, Team Skeptic.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a good one.
You had to wait for me to answer, jackass.
I did wait. I gave you
You didn't wait long enough.
I gave you 4 beats.
What's going on, man?
Same old. Doing the old Team Toothpicks, this old school. # Team Toothpick.
Oh shit.
I feel like that's a double insult there for you.
No, I'm good with it. So
Team Skeptic making a classy entrance with a bell end avatar.
That's right. That's right.
Elizabeth, I think definitely reach out. Reach out to myself or reach out to Sean. He's got a lot of experience and he's a wealth of information and he's a good listener too. So definitely reach out. All right. What are you doing? Where have you been? You put out like one video in the past 4 years. What are you doing?
No, I haven't. I just put out a video 2 days ago.
Yeah, it was the first one in like a month.
No. Let's
or
see.
2 weeks.
No. Let's see. It was June 29th. I did one. Oh man, I've done a lot recently. June 22nd, June 29th, July 5th. And I have another video that I'm working on right now. Should be out in the next day or so.
Well, I look forward to it.
I'm sitting in a towel right now. Just got out of the shower. Literally sat down in my towel and was like, "Oh, look, Johnny's on." And then I was like, "All right, shit, fuck it. I'll just go ahead and jump on for a minute and chat with you."
Cool.
Yeah. What you been up to, man?
Oh, bombing Creaky's channel apparently.
Bombing it?
Yeah, you missed it. I was running Creaky's live show the other day.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't see that.
Yeah, he jumped on and then something happened. He just fell off. Left me all by myself. I didn't know what to do with my hands.
It's not what you do with your hands. It's what you do with your mouth.
Oh,
this is YouTube. You have to be able to speak to people.
That's where I fucked up. Damn it. Charlie Welch says, "Team in a towel looking like a roll of spent toilet paper."
Honestly, I do kind of like. I look like like it only covers the bottom half, so it looks like it's the last piece that you took off, and the glue held half the toilet paper on it.
Yep,
that's what I look like right now.
Oh, Professor says you have a new lady friend. That's true. You do have a new lady friend.
I do. She's pretty damn awesome too. So.
Yeah. Well, she puts up with you, so she obviously should be a saint.
Well, I mean, we haven't got to that point yet. She hadn't had to put up with me, but nah, she's cool. She's cool. I like her.
Well, that's good. Hey, what are you doing Saturday? Don't tell me hanging out with the lady friend.
No, I don't know. There's a few things going on this weekend, but I don't remember exactly what it is that's going on.
Yeah, I've heard this excuse before. Look, I'm the ugly friend.
No, but
I get that
what's
excuse
going
all
on?
the time. I'm going to be back in Plano filming more for this documentary. And I need 2 things from you.
Okay.
I need a follow-up interview and then a signed paper. A release form.
You can't just have me e-sign it.
You can e-sign it, yeah.
I mean, just to make things go, more smooth. What are you wanting to do exactly?
Follow-up interview to the interview we did.
Yeah, I remember that. So, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do exactly. And we've got this really cool place in Plano, really nice looking place that we're going to be shooting at. And I figure that's close-ish to your neck of the woods. Figure I'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone. If you're available, that is.
Trying to think what I have planned. There's something that's going on Saturday, but I don't know if it's Saturday night or Saturday during the daytime.
Yep. I know this.
When are you? What time is it? What time are we doing this?
I'll be out there 1:30, 2 o'clock to about 5, 6-ish, give or take. So
man, that's my sleep time.
Small sleep time. What is that? What is sleep?
Shit, I usually go to sleep about like 9 o'clock in the morning and sleep until 5, 6 o'clock at night. Get up, start working on another video, work all night, sleep all day.
D Rabbit says, release forms, the unicorn of 1A frauditors.
I don't care. Yeah, I'll give you a release form. I don't give a shit.
Well, this is legitimate need. So not because I want to audit you or something.
Yeah.
But
Old
yeah,
School says take the German with you. That would probably have to be next weekend, not this weekend, if that happened.
Yeah, no, let's just do it. If you can't make it this weekend, if not, no big deal.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Even,
I'll
I mean,
send it out.
I'll try to make it out there.
Yeah, it's cool. Nice place too. Let me know. We'll figure it out. So what do you got coming up? When is whiskey weekday, or is it going to
Oh,
be
Whiskey
weekend?
Wednesday. Whiskey Wednesday. You know the damn drill by now. Is gonna have a spin on it tomorrow. All right, so we're gonna play a game that I played when I was in college called Century Club. And has anybody out there, and I'll give everybody a chance to answer before I start saying what it is. Has anybody out there ever heard of a game called Century Club? And I'll explain the game in a second. Maybe you've heard another iteration of the game.
Century, like a rook.
Century, like 100 years.
Oh, century. Okay. All right, gotcha. So like Ann Tanner.
And Tanner, yeah, Century. Did I say no? Fucking, I said Century, right? Didn't I?
Well, you said century. Yeah. I'm just making
Century,
sure, because century could also mean, like a guard or something.
Century. All right, so here's what I'm putting together so far. First off, we did this in college. It was fucking always fun to do this with my frat brothers. We go buy a keg of beer whenever we were all broke and we needed like $40 for a bunch of beer. That's what we'd go do because we had extra kegs everywhere. We had more kegs than we had school books.
Right.
But all right. So the idea behind Century Club is you take one shot of beer every minute for 100 minutes. Okay.
You take one shot of beer one more time for every 100 minutes.
No, one shot of beer every minute for 100 minutes. It's a lot harder than you think.
Wouldn't that just be like chugging a? Let's see, if a shot's an ounce and a half, so it's like chugging a 6-pack.
No. It's more than that. It's about well, it depends on if you're. I always thought shots were 1 ounce at a time, so we always calculated it to be 1 ounce.
Well, one and a quarter.
You're just trying to get me drunk because you don't drink. Okay.
No, I serve alcohol. I know what a shot is. I'm professionally trained, sir. Don't go all fucking.
Sounds like some JM Truth school of bartending over here.
Right.
But anyway,
that's exactly what it is.
Then on top of that, there's a second game. There's a mini game to play inside of the major game. And the mini game it's called the Iron Balls contest. So you get an Iron Balls award if you can do the entire 100 minutes, one shot per minute for 100 minutes straight without taking a piss.
Just do what they do to racehorses and fucking tie that shit off.
I'm the Iron Ball King. But it's fun. It's fun to play. I want to take a break from drinking a bunch of whiskey because I keep having 5-hour streams and I don't want to stream for 5 hours every Wednesday night.
Yeah, 5 hours.
I like doing it, but it just it's a bit much.
There've been a few times where I went to go stare at the ceiling and woke up or got up a few hours later and you guys were still going.
Yeah,
the other day, a couple months ago, you were what, like 6 hours shy of a 24-hour stream?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I did 13 hours in one stream. Or no, I'm sorry. It may have been more than that. It might have been like 16 or 17 hours.
It was something ridiculous.
Or 15 hours. 15 hours. That's what it was. It was 15 hours. And I did 15 hours and YouTube only captured 12 of it. I was pissed off, man.
Really?
Yeah, I got 3 hours of golden goodness. Fucking that I'll never be able to get back in my life. Nah, but I think it'd be a little bit different. I think we could. Oh, and then we always have like a super chat caveat to Whiskey Wednesday. Of course, we do $20 shots and $50 double shots. So what we're going to do this time is the audience gets to try to keep us from hitting the Iron Balls challenge. So every super chat between $5 and $20 is going to add 5 minutes to the time we have to go to get the Iron Balls challenge. So of course, 100 shots, it's 100 minutes, it's an hour and 40 minutes of not taking a piss. So let's say during
That's
that hour
easy,
and
though.
40. Yeah, when you're drinking a lot like that, I don't know. When I did it in college, it was not as easy as it sounds. Trust me, it's not as easy as it sounds.
I think the hardest part.
I've done this many times. It's
the
not
hardest
as
part
easy as
is the keeping up with the drinking, right? That's the hardest part. The not peeing part.
Oh, Fight's already pussed out, so I'm gonna have him as the referee. He's gonna have a countdown timer on his stream deck. So every time, and it makes a sound, it goes like beep, So every time it's time to take a shot, he's gonna push the button. It'll count down from a minute, and then we'll, sit there and bullshit, and it'll go beep, and we'll take a shot, and we'll start bullshitting again and pour another one up. It's fun. It's fun. You get pretty toasty, pretty quick, to be honest. But we're gonna do for $5 to $20. No, $5 to $10 will increase the time limit by 5 minutes. $10 to $20 will increase the time by 10 minutes, and $20 and up will increase the time by wait. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Oh, and then 20 minutes. Yeah. No. Yeah. 15 minutes. 5, 10, and 15. I'm sorry. I'm coming up with the rules as we go along. But
It sounds like it.
well, I'd already in the shower just now. I was thinking about tomorrow night's show.
Right. So it's conceptualizing. I got you.
Yes. But is Schrodinger's cat in the chat right now?
He was in a chat. He was in a chat.
Shit.
I asked him if he wanted to hop on. So
Schrodinger's slumming it.
he really is slumming it if he's over in my chat.
Yeah, right. No, he's gonna drink with me, because so anyway, so let's say we very likely could get 10 $5 super chats, and that'll increase the time that we cannot take a piss from an hour and 40 minutes to 2 hours and 30 minutes.
See, this is just the thing. These are the things that I should come up with, right? Because these are like the shocker thing, the monthly shocker thing, and the Whiskey Wednesday stuff. Those are really good ideas, and people, because they like to see other people suffer, will pay.
Yeah,
to pay to make other people suffer. So I thought about what could I do to make people. I don't drink anymore, and yeah, I'm not going to shock myself. But, what am I going to do? I want to do make myself suffer.
Well, it'll be a fun time, because the idea is, it's not so hard to not take a piss for an hour and 40 minutes, drinking one ounce at a time every minute. Not really that hard, but if the chat gets involved, the chat could literally keep anybody from ever getting the Iron Balls Award. That's a challenge, Schrodinger. That's a fucking challenge.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
That's what we're doing tomorrow night. Is the Century Club. Maybe we'll do that once a month. We'll do a Century Club. Not on a night when I'm shocking myself either. I learned my lesson that night. My wrist fucking hurt. Like, it was like in pain the next day. I was potato hand. Like, where's all scrunched up. Big time potato hand. But I had fun, but I don't think I should do that when I'm drinking. That shit was a bit much. Like, there were people that were really trying to time it and time it so that I spilt my shot all over my face.
I don't know. It's weird the way they come through sometimes. Like, I tried to time when we were taking a piss. I don't know if it worked, but
someone did that. Fortunately, I'm right-handed, and it goes on my left hand. So I I didn't squeeze it real hard on it. I didn't potato hand it. Otherwise, I'd just sit in the bathroom with a microphone and be like, "Send the super chats in, guys. Hurry up." Oh, hold on. Let's see. We had nights at the local bar that did drink till you pee, free drinks till you peed. Never cost me anything. Oh shit.
Oh yeah. I mean, there are certain games that you should just not play.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I have a bladder like a fucking 10-year-old child. So
I think Schrodinger's cat is at the beginning of this stream. He says, "I understand so much. Don't talk to cops. Get a lawyer." But Cliff has to go sleepy time, or Mrs. Cat will hit him. Okay,
Miss Cat should hit him just
Miss
because.
Cat, yeah, Miss Cat should hit you just because. Right? You're not giving me any viable
Elizabeth,
excuses.
I love you too. Hope things get better for you. I really do. And reach out to me. I got a new Discord, so you have to reach out to my new Discord. I don't know if you've messaged me on my old one still, but reach out to my new Discord.
What'd you do?
I made somebody feel scared on the internet.
Oh man. Tough
guys got scared.
Of course I did. Did I tell you about this? I told you about Susan Bassey thing, right?
About what? Carol Baskins?
Carol Baskins.
Carol Baskins?
Carol Baskins, the murder bees.
Fucking Carol Baskins killed her fucking husband.
Yeah.
We all know you did it, Carol.
I know you did it, Carol.
Just get out from behind the shed and come face the fucking violin.
Yeah. I didn't tell you about this. I told you that I got DMCA takedown, copyright strike, right?
No, a copyright strike, like a full-blown strike.
Like a full-blown strike.
That. What happened?
I made a commentary video about Susan Bassey whenever she was doing the whole, I can film wherever I want, blah 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 blah. She made a video filming Capitola Beach. Now it's important that we know that it's Capitola Beach. That's in Santa Clara County, California. Right? She gets out there, she's filming people. This lady with her kids asked her to stop.
Oh yeah, I saw the video. I saw your video. Yeah.
Okay. So that she got pissed off about that.
Where she was like, "Well, this is my First Amendment right. I can film wherever I want. If you don't want your kids being filmed, don't bring them out to the beach."
Right.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. Here's a problem with what she says. The second that she tells the cops that she's there filming for a documentary, and the fact that she's filming for her YouTube channel makes it commercial filming. I reached out to Santa Clara County and asked them specifically about filming on the beach, on Capitola Beach specifically, for documentary or for commercial purposes, and asked them, do I have to have a permit? And they said, yes, you have to have a permit for any commercial filming you're doing. The law that she is trying to cite that says she can film anywhere, blah, blah, on the beach, that you can film publicly on the beach is not, it's like people who are filming their kids or filming the waves or whatever, like taking personal home videos and shit.
Yeah.
The second that she said she was filming for a documentary, she automatically made what she was doing illegal because she did not have a permit.
Yeah.
She took offense to the fact that I pointed that out. Well, she left long comments in my responses, like calling me fat and ugly and all this shit. I'm like, okay, yeah, I've heard this before. All I said to her was, thank you for watching. And then she says another one. She said some bullshit about, you need to study up on DMCA. I said, yeah, I have. You need to study up on fair use. And 20 minutes later, I got the copyright takedown notice and the strike. So I filed a counter petition.
Good. Hell yeah, you should.
Yeah, I filed my counter petition. She sent me a, quote, pre-litigation email. Let me get this email. I'm going to read this for you. You want to talk about batshit crazy? Hang on a second. This woman is batshit crazy.
Does she have a YouTube channel? Because if she does, man, I might just have to make a video on her.
She does. It's Susan Bassey.
Susan Baskey, the Carol Baskins of YouTube.
No, BASSI.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Susan Bassey, the Carol Baskins of YouTube.
Let's see.
Goddamn, Susan Bassey killed her fucking husband.
Let's see.
Jesus, are you trying to learn how to read? Just forward it to me. I'll fucking read it for you.
No, I'm looking for it. Oh, no way I deleted it. No way, because I saved it. I specifically saved it. Oh, yeah, here it is. I put it in a folder. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm just forward this shit to you.
Lil Dickens, how you doing out there?
Let's see here.
Elizabeth, I don't know my new Discord off the thing. You're in my Discord server, I think. I think you're in my Discord server. If not, let me know. I'll share it in the lobby, or I'll share it in the chat. But if you're in there, just go and find me in the users on the side, and you can email or message me from there.
Here it is. Trash. Where is it? Why would it be in the trash?
Susan Bassey can't get a date. That's from Pat Gallagher. God damn it. Nailing it every single time, Pat. Great job. You're on your way to YouTube fame.
I don't know what I've done with this. Oh, here it is. Why? I don't know why it's fucking there. Move. All right, now.
Don't you dare utter the phrase, "That's what I said," or "That's what I said." My Aunt Tana, his self.
Ann Tanner.
I don't say it, Aunt Tana.
Dear John, I have received your invitation to bring federal litigation on issues related to a copyright claim I made against you on YouTube. This is to inform you that I am fully prepared to take up that litigation, only it will not just be for DMCA issues. This email is a pre-litigation communication intended to address that issue. On information and belief, I understand you and your associates have a pattern and practice of troubling behavior. I understand you have supporters who have funded your activities in a manner that may be problematic and may include state actors engaged in unlawful activity. If I bring a federal suit, I am prepared to add claims that will include antitrust, federal and state, federal privacy laws violation, and violations of the Violence Against Women Act as they relate to your inciting violence against women. More claims will be brought once discovery is pursued, as my information indicates you and your supporters have connections to the January 6, 2020 attack on the Capitol and the Santa Clara County DA's office.
Wait. Hold on.
Yeah, you heard that right.
You and your conspirators are responsible for the attacks on the Capitol. We're part of it. Is that what she said? This is a good day. This is a good day for me. I never, ever thought I would reach that. I thought it was bad, right? I thought there were people out there that are like, you're not left enough. But now I'm actually, me and you are conspiring.
Yep.
To assault the Capitol. Good job.
We have connections to the January 6, 2021 attack on the Capitol.
Trump 3035.
Yeah. A search on Pacer did not reveal you had experience in federal lawsuits. I can assure you it will not be what you imagine. The discovery process alone will reveal who is financially supporting you and will bring subpoenas to your supporters and associates. So wanted to make sure you were aware that I am prepared to address that, as on information and belief, I understand you have problematic history that dates back quite some time.
Should send her back one and go, I want you to be aware that when I win this case, you'll owe me for my fucking lawyer fees.
Yeah. I got that email. And the funny thing was, before that, I was talking with Tina, my Marvel girl, about that. I said, look, I'm pretty sure. I said, what do I have to do for, false copyright strike? Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get one. And then a few minutes later, I got that false copyright strike. And then, filed my counter petition, and then I got that email and I forwarded it to her. I said, can you believe this shit? But when I read that email, I fell out of my chair laughing. So you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it.
Schrodinger's Cat for $4.99 says, a 6-pack to my mailbox? ? You are behind, Schrodinger. Yeah, but I got that email and it's just like, come on.
Wait, does he not know that I'm here right now?
I don't think so.
I could talk all the shit in the world right now, and then I could just send him a what was that phrase you got to say before if you don't want to offend somebody?
With all due respect.
Yo, I can say right here. Watch this. At Schrodinger. With all due respect. Now everything I say
You can't
after
take offense
this,
to.
now I can say whatever I want. He cannot, because I did say with all due respect.
That's
I mean,
right.
those words came out on my, like, I chatted those words well before I began to talk any shit about him.
Right.
He's got a liver like a freaking, like a mouse, tiny. He won't be able to get the Iron Balls challenge. He always goes off camera. You know where he's going, right?
Take a piss, yeah.
To take a fucking 3-minute pee. It takes him 3 minutes to pee every 20 minutes.
Well, look, I mean, when you get older, shit just doesn't work.
He is getting old too.
Yeah. Yeah.
With all due respect.
With all due respect. But so I got a notification that somebody has responded to my counter notification.
Who was it? YouTube?
I got it from YouTube. Nobody is. I mean, they forwarded my counter notification on already. She had until I think today to respond, saying that she was taking me to court before they just put it back. I'm sure she's filibustering. She's
I'm sure she's delusional enough to believe that she's prepared to do that with you.
Oh yeah. But she has to do it here in Texas.
That's fine. No, because it's a federal case, right? I mean, it doesn't say just because the federal court. I don't think she has to come down here to fill it.
She has to come here to Texas. Yep, that's per copyright law. She has to come to where the offense took place, and the offense took place here in Texas, so she has to come here to Texas to do it. And I'm okay with that. I don't want to have to go through all that bullshit, but if I do,
did you sign it off with John Doe minus the D?
I'll give you the D later.
That's right.
But yeah, court can be expensive. That's true. I don't want to have to go through that, but it's obvious. This is an obvious abuse of the court system if she does do that.
Copyright system, yeah.
And the copyright system, yeah. But yeah, that's fun times. So yeah, I'm a real boy now. I'm a real YouTuber now.
What else does she do?
That's it. That's all she does.
Does she just go around filming people trying to instigate shit?
Pretty much. So
is she a First Amendment auditor?
I would say yes, but she's more of a cop watcher than a First Amendment. So the reason why she got into doing the stupid shit, yeah, me either. The reason why she got into the stupid shit she's doing is because she was trying to film family court. She was in a family court trying to film in there. They told her no, she can't do that. They went to take away her camera, and allegedly, I have to say allegedly because it hasn't been proven, allegedly broke her thumb. So ever since then, she's had a hard-on for police officers.
You got to allegedly prove that she wasn't sitting on that shit to begin with.
That's what I'm saying.
Allegedly.
With
all due respect.
With all due respect. But yeah. So that's her big thing. She had other people white knife for her and send me a whole bunch of comments on the video and text. I'm like, cool, keep doing it. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. Put all the comments in there. I appreciate it.
Just might have to go find a video of hers and knock one out. Make sure that her name is very clearly in all caps in the title.
Yep. Looks like I joined late with early humor. My bad. I didn't know, says Schrodinger's cat.
With all due respect. Again, Schrodinger, everything I say from this point, just ignore it because I mean, don't ignore it. Take it to heart. But, being honest.
Yeah, and this is another one. Old School says that the plot hole, don't forget to make her bring in all the release forms of the people she photographed. Absolutely. Because, again, if she's using it for commercial services, and in the statute, in the California statute, it says the commercial services also include monetized social media. So, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. That's why
Even
I have
on a public sidewalk.
Even on, if you're filming for commercial purposes, documentary filming is included in that, then you have to have a release form.
So that 2 videos ago, I did the video on auditing America, and he was filming that police officer on the sidewalk.
That's a little bit different, right? So that's a little bit different. Public officials don't have the same.
No, hold on. There were people
Good.
there that were with the police officer. Like there was a guy that was playing chess, and then there was a girl that at the very beginning, there was an older guy that walked up. There were people there that were not public officials, and they didn't stop them or say anything or anything. Did he have the right to record them?
It depends on the state. So if it happens in, I'm pretty sure this is universal, but again, certain states are different. But I know Texas, California, like the filming states, Georgia, whatnot, they do have the filming commission, and part of the rules do state that if you're using it for commercial purposes, California specifically cites monetized YouTube. I don't know if Texas does. I don't know if Georgia does. But yeah, you have to get release forms or blur them out. If you blur them out, then no big deal. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, because I don't know. I mean, that just yeah, Lil Dickens says that California law may be why Furry Potato retired. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I saw that video where he was like, "Oh, I'm getting out. I thought I don't want to do this anymore." But
yeah,
why the fuck would you name yourself Furry Potato?
Because he's an idiot. Commercial release forms in most places. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's universal, but again, I can't say definitively because I haven't looked at all of them. But yeah, gotta have a release form.
Let me message Bella Charge and tell him to hold the fuck on.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you guys want to fund my legal fees, we could do that. Start a fundraiser that goes to 17 different places.
Oh man, no! You said the F word. That's worse than fuck. That's worse than fuck.
No, jeez.
Thought this was fucking family over here, a family show, and you started talking about fucking fundraisers and shit.
Facetiously, mind you, facetiously. But yeah, it is what it is. It'll be fun. Send it to my PayPal, says Tiny Eye.
That's who?
There we go.
Oh, there. Okay. It hadn't come up on my screen yet.
Yep. Anyway, you got Bella Charge.
Just a Christian stream. We can't be talking about fundraisers.
Archangel 3 says, and become co-conspirators.
That's right.
Someone needs to tell Glenn about the release forms. And here's the thing that what a lot of people don't understand is that, yeah, they can ask that you go back and remove them from their video, or at least remove their likeness. They can't sue you for it. So most people aren't going to do it, right? You can sue me for what? What are you going to sue me for? The 10 cents that I made in ad revenue? Here you go. I'll give you all of it. Go away. Yeah.
Yeah. I like what D Rabbit just said. So from now on, FFS means for fundraising sakes. That's right.
Exactly.
Damn, I want to find out about that California. Send me the info on that California law. I want to see how it's worded so I can see if there's any laws like in Texas, or know how to look that up for individual states. Because that's a weird thing, man. That's a weird thing because
it's the same. The California filming law and the Texas state filming law are the same, almost identical.
But it's a one party. It's a one party consent state in Texas.
That's different, right? So California's a one party consent state too. It's a little bit different.
Recording conversation, but I don't know if it's just if it's just restricted to telecommunications, or if it's also like public interactions.
Mm-hmm. The film portion of that if it's for commercial purposes, you do have to get release forms. Now, if you're recording a conversation, and but the other person don't, California's two-party consent state. That's right. My mistake, Little Dickens.
Well, I don't know about California. I'm just saying. I know Texas is one-party consent. But let's think of it like this, okay? Let's say that you went out to, the Santa Monica Pier, okay?
Right.
The place where a lot of Californians go. You go out to Santa Monica Pier, and you say you're going to film a film for your channel, and you do like a short or something. You say, hey, I'm out here at Santa Monica Pier, and there's people in the background.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me that because you're monetized, you have to get a release form from each one of those people down there behind you?
Now, if it's a short, the shorts aren't monetized.
Well,
So, no.
no, they're monetized. I made money on mine. But let's just say that you didn't do a short. You just did a regular 1 minute long video, and you just said, hey, guys, it's Johnny O checking in from Santa Monica Pier, California. Love you guys. See y'all in a week when I get home from being my homeless streak. So,
according to California state law and I think Texas state law as well, yes, I would have to get release forms for those people. But I mean, or blur their images. Now, I know that there's a little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of gray area when it comes to like background filming. Like if people just happen to be caught in the background and it's not the subject of your film. So I know there's a little bit of wiggle room there that they're not going to be like, well, so-and-so appeared in the background. You have to get, an autograph of somebody who's way back in the background. You can see that somebody's walking, you know what I mean? I think if they're clear in your video or clear in your film, you need to get a release form.
Fundraise me in the ass and called me a fundraising donkey. Yeah, I stole that mega dude, man.
Yeah. Old school, that's correct. We would, but they would have to complain first. I mean, again,
like, I'm that little dot in the background. I remember being there. I remember seeing him. I remember this exact moment. That's me. Shut it down.
Again, that's part of the gray area spot. Again, if it's somebody, if it's within, like if I don't have to rack focus to get the person in, right? They're not the subject because they're blurred out already naturally, or if they're in the background and it's not really discernible who they are or are not. Again, that falls in that gray area spot. But if it's like what she was doing and putting this camera in these kids and this lady's face, everybody that's with the exception of like public officials and whatnot, but that lady had every right to say, no, you cannot use my image or whatever in your video. You can't do it. You have to blur it out.
That's I've never heard of that. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying
it's good
you're
that you're
probably
not saying
lying
because you don't want to be. You don't want to be wrong. You don't want to be wrong, team. You don't want to be wrong in this one.
Yeah, whatever. I never want to be wrong. But I just never.
3, she said that she was filming for documentary purposes too. So she made it clear that she was filming for a documentary. So yeah, absolutely, definitely there.
Schrodinger's cat says Whiskey Wednesday is happening tomorrow. Now, I would like to point out that there is the punctuation on the end. It makes that a statement of fucking fact. Statement of fucking fact. I'm sorry. Statement of fundraising fact.
There you go.
Keep it Christian. And yes, you're right. It is. Oh, he's probably just getting to the part. He probably hadn't gotten even close. He's not. He's gonna forget that I said with all due respect in the chat. Watch. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, fuck this guy. He's showing up tomorrow night." Old school said yes, and you're invited. He knows that, old school. But thank you.
Just in case.
And Charlie Welch and his narcissistic tendencies. Your correct spelling.
Are the rules different for live stream? That's a good one. I'm not certain. I know that I have to look into that one to get you a better answer. That's a good one. I think the expectation, if it's, I don't know. I know that like legitimate news organizations get away with that one because, it's a live, that they're filming. So you have the ability to not appear on camera. So yeah, I'll have to look into that a little bit more there, Pearl, to get you a definitive answer on that one.
So I watched a video earlier, or I guess it was yesterday. I watched a video yesterday. It's like signs how to tell, or like 7 signs that you're a narcissist, or how to tell that you're a narcissist, 7 signs or something like that. And I was watching, I was going, oh my God, this is me. It's fucking me. I can't believe this. And then at the 7th one, they were like, narcissists don't like to be proven wrong. And that's when I was like, yeah, fuck this fucking video. I just shut off. I was like, that fucking video is nothing but bullshit.
Yep. It was like looking into a mirror, wasn't it? Glenn is in Washington State, and now they have a law that says YouTube is not news anymore. That's true. I think that ruling is gonna have far more reach than what they thought. They didn't really think about that ruling. Yeah.
So I don't know what all those News Now channels are gonna do, like News Now Seattle, News Now Washington State, News Now. Like that trend in YouTube names has to be one of the dumbest trends I've ever seen. The first time I saw it, I had a subscriber. Go ahead.
So I know why they do it, because they're trying to, again, establish themselves as a legitimate news organization.
Yeah, that ain't how you do that.
No, that's not how you do it.
I would love to see them. I would love to see them do this, pull this right here. Just walk into the White House and go, I'm press. You cannot kick me out. It's my First Amendment right to be here and film the president in this room right now. I am press. I am news. It ain't gonna happen.
I would like to see. Can I get my press pass, please? No. Yeah.
I mean, I hope somebody films it.
That'd be great. That would be awesome. I would love to see that.
Post it to Reddit.
Mega Dude Man 21 says, I prefer illegitimate news organizations. To each his own.
Hey, okay, so did you hear about the Moorish American standoff in Maryland?
I heard something about it. I haven't really looked into it a
lot. Oh, sovereign citizens.
I got to look at this one here. I know.
Dude,
I heard them
So-
talking about it on the lawyer's show with Schrodinger.
Oh, yeah, those weirdos.
Yeah.
With all due respect. No. Damn, you got to say it first, though. I'm so sorry for talking down to you, Schrodinger. I'll make sure to say with all due respect first next time.
We'll just that'll be a standing. That's just a standing thing. With all due respect.
Yeah. All right. So 11 people got arrested. They're so like. How do people get to the position in life where they think the way these people were thinking? Like they were dressed in full like combat military gear. They had long rifles, I believe, in the cars, separate from the ammo for sure, but they didn't have any IDs on them. I mean, god damn, like what the fuck is wrong with like what do you have to do in life, really, chat? What do you have to do in life to find yourself in that position? Who talked to him? Literally, they call sovereign citizens domestic terrorists. The United States government has listed the sovereign citizens as a domestic terrorist group. How the fuck do you find yourself in a position to believe that you don't have to follow the law? Yeah, 9 ran into the woods exactly. 2 of them stayed back. Those dipshits got arrested first. there seemed to be a lot of split within the Moorish community that they either were or weren't helping Jamal enough. I don't know, but like, I don't know, man. They're just, you know, like I always wonder a lot of times when I do these videos on people, I wonder to myself what it takes to get to this point. You know, you watch the anti-vaxxers, for instance, and you're like, damn, what did this person have to do to get to the point where they put their children in danger? And it always comes back to like, oh, they saw something that, you know, somebody along the way showed them something. Same way I got introduced to the flat earth, right? Somebody shared a meme with me. And I was like, oh, wow, yeah. Makes sense. How does this oh, wait, that's right. You know, it took me 10 seconds to look at something when I hadn't used science in years. But it took me, you know, about 10 seconds to look at a picture of a spinning tennis ball with water coming off of it with the question, why does water come off of the tennis ball if the earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour? And I'm like, oh my God, he's wrong. Never mind. You know, like how do anti-vaxxers and anti-maskers and people like that, how do they get there, which is usually Facebook, but a Moorish sovereign citizen? What's the methodology by which somebody becomes a Moorish sovereign citizen? YouTube?
I
Is
guess.
it prison? You know, they learn about it when they're in prison from other inmates who tried this shit before and it didn't work for them, but they told you it'd work for you in the future.
Probably.
Seems to be the way it is. They all seem to be fucking criminals. I watched a video earlier today. I've got 3 videos, one of them from 2010 and then 2 of them from 2013. And the one from 2010, literally the guy is like arguing with the judge and the judge goes, you know what? Court's in recess. And he slams the gavel down, gets up and walks out. And the guy goes, the judge has abandoned the ship.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm taking over as the only sovereign here. I'm taking over. Case dismissed. And walks out. And you're like, to me, like you think to people, are they memeing? You know, are they really like, are they doing this as a joke, you know? Or do they really think that they just got away with fucking whatever crime they committed because they just dismissed it themselves? You know what I mean?
I don't understand. So when you were on the show, when you're actually on the podcast, when you showed up to the house, right? First time we actually met. One of the guys I had here, Paul, he's borderline sovereign citizen. At least at the time it was. I still think he's got, because he didn't have a driver's license, because he, you know.
Which one? Was that the first guy that I talked to?
The one that was sitting next to you.
Oh, okay.
He wouldn't say a whole lot, right? He wouldn't say a whole lot when it came to all this stuff, right? Part of the reason why I had him there, I mean, I like Paul. He's doesn't mean any harm to anybody. He's a good kid, but his idea on maritime law, and that's the reason why all courthouses are on, water related streets and this, that, and the other. I'm thinking, for fuck's sake, you don't have to have a driver's license because driver's license, you're petitioning to drive and you have the right and all this.
Dude, contract. Have you ever seen like how they, like some of the memes that they make, sovereign citizens make, where they try to associate words with water?
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'm just waiting for somebody to go, Main Street, like lo mein noodles, which are cooked in water.
Or water Main Street.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah. Jesus Christ.
No shit, right? Like they're just, I'm telling you, it's like, I mean, to be honest with you though, like the guy that was sitting there, I remember him. He looked like he could be a sovereign citizen, longer beard, heavier set, wears a hat, all black.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Looked like a fucking country bumpkin.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Damn road pirates, exactly. Keep taking my personal boats, my personal conveyances. I told a cop the other day that he couldn't take my Toyota rowboat from me. This is my personal property in
Right.
trust. My
Right.
fucking Toyota rowboat. Leave me alone.
Those guys, they're just like, I get it. You know, you think that whatever, but fuck's sake.
But it's just like it really though it really is something that needs to be studied. Like, how do people, like, I can understand the conspiracy ones, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, conspiracy ones are a bit easier for people to fall into. Like, if being a Moorish American citizen was something that was so easily to find yourself being, more people would be it, because they would love to just say the law doesn't apply to me. I'm just going to seize your house and make it my own. You know, you heard about that recently, right? No,
I don't think so.
Oh my God. So this chick put out like a 40-something video long TikTok talking about her experience with coming home.
40-minute long TikToks.
No, 40 episode long, 1 minute at a time.
Oh, for fuck's
and
sake.
Explaining how this group of sovereign citizens just moved into her house. She comes back and the locks have been changed. She comes back to her house, the locks have been changed. She tells them to leave. They say, nope, it's their property. And then they just, and like, I think the SWAT team ended up having to be called out to remove these people.
Really?
And they just, they just assumed her house. They said, this is ours. We're Moorish Americans. It's in our treaty or whatever, you know, like that's what they say. And, but if it was that easy to fall into, then you would find more people into it. Like if you go out and you ask people, you know, do you think there's aliens or alien craft or technology at Area 51? You would get a significant portion of the population would say, yes, absolutely. I believe that they're hiding something at Area 51. Right. But if you ask the entire population, if they believe that they are Moorish Americans, that they are sovereign citizen, you know, Moorish sovereign citizens, well, however the fuck they want to define themselves at, you would get less than 1%, maybe even less than 1% of 1%. Right. You know, so it's not something that's easy to fall into. So how do they get from being even like just anti-government or anti-establishment from that? Because there's even a significant portion of the population falls under that ideology as well. But they'd still, a majority of those people would still not say that Moorish sovereign citizens know what the fuck they're talking about or have any legitimate argument to be made.
I mean, I understand the appeal to that type of movement. Well, I just get shit when I have to pay for it. I don't have to pay tickets, and you know, I don't have to pay fines. I get it, right? But it's not how it works. It's not how any of this works, people.
At all.
It's just insane. People talk about,
and it leads and
convenience.
And the thing is that, you know, you can find violence and violent individuals in anything, whether it be religion,
right,
atheism, you know, sovereign citizens, First Amendment auditors, you know, flat earthers. You can find like violent sects of this, and sovereign citizens tend towards violence, you know, with the small amount of population in the population that they represent. The amount of crimes they commit are so much higher as like in a percentage, to the point that the United States has officially listed them as a domestic terrorist organization. If you identify as a sovereign citizen, you literally identify as a domestic terrorist.
Domestic terrorist, yeah. Yeah,
and
I mean,
you get shit that happened, like what happened up in Maryland, and it goes right along with why they label those people domestic terrorists, because they do, you know, basic acts of terrorism.
You remember there was one squatter who was trying to do that same bullshit here in DFW not too long ago. Went to that rich ass neighborhood. Which one was it? Well,
so there's a difference between
just
squatting.
Well, no. Right. So he was squatter's law he was trying to invoke.
Yeah.
That he could squat and that the house became his.
Right. You just
basically
have to
found
pay
an
like
empty house
property
and-
taxes or something like that on the
Right.
house, and you get it. It's yours. Yeah.
Uh-oh, I'm being beckoned. Being beckoned by the daughter. Which means we have to go. I have to go. We have to go. I have to go. But yeah, the whole thing is just stupid. Oh, I'm gonna go steal a house, basically. It's not how that works.
Yeah, you can't do that. You
You
know,
can't just-
and they but they believe they have that right. They believe
Right,
that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They've
They just-
never gotten away with that ever. And they believe that they're going to be that for some reason because somebody told them on some internet forum that they have this right, that it's part of this treaty that you
Right.
can just take over anybody's land and claim it as your own and nobody can say anything. Why don't they just go ahead and take just one person, one more sovereign citizen go, hey, according to the treaty, I want Texas.
Yeah. Where's it stop? Where does it stop? We're gonna have
Shouldn't stop anywhere.
right.
Unless in that treaty that you can only take so much. They're just stupid people, man.
Yeah, just stupid folks. Jeez. Anyway, I gotta get out of here. Team, it was good having you on. Saturday, if you can make it. If not, no big deal. I'll send you that release form.
No, that's cool. And I mean, I can sign it whenever I see you on Saturday.
Cool.
I just just hit me up. Let me know.
Will do. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate all the super chats. Appreciate all the new members and subscribers and all that fun stuff. You guys are awesome. I will see you next time. I think Friday we're gonna have a video. Oh, tomorrow, Weekend Horror podcast, 8:30. No, I'm sorry, 7:00 Central. Yeah, be a lot of fun. Anyway, we're out of here. Cheers, everybody.
Later.